Wow, another one, man. This guy hasn't posted in over a month. Yeah, I know. Right here, as you can see, it's been a while, but a lot has happened within this time. This video is just a small update as to everything that's going on, the future that's kind of going for this coming year, and honestly, just what's going from there. So if you want to see more stuff like this, like and subscribe, comment. I'm going to have more videos coming uploaded right now. I am really busy with certification for teaching. That's one of the things that I'm going to be doing for about 2 years. But yeah, so throughout this whole month, the last video was about the camera. I mean, that one did pretty good, so I might do more stuff about equipment. Other than that, I mean, I graduated. I went to Kansas City. I went to Boston, and I'll go in depth about those right now. So first things first, I finally finished college. I mean, it took me some time. I went from mechanical engineering to kind of getting stuck in math to then just saying, you know what, I'm going to go to another college. I'm going to do a mechanic associates. Did it for a year. Didn't really find it too fulfilling, I guess you could say, for me. And then I ended up going back to UT-RGV, which is where I got my degree in entrepreneurship and innovation. And so after the long hiatus of just how long I've been there, I finally graduated with a bachelor's in entrepreneurship and innovation, which I know for some people, I mean, I'm the same way. It was just like, why are you getting a degree in that? That's a mindset. Like, I understand that, but I needed a degree that way, you know, at least I could say I have one. Either way, I mean, I'm going to use all the stuff that I learned in that to share it with this here, as well as do some consulting on the side. So if you're interested in something like that, hit me up. I mean, I'm all for it. Building a portfolio is my start, so we'll go from there. So finally did it, and it took long enough. And then I'm going to get my master's with a specialization in HR. So an MBA, a master's of business administration with a specialization in HR, due to the fact that as I was in college, I did do a year or two in HR fields for a sales company. And throughout that whole time, I kind of did learn a lot about people. All these little in-betweens that honestly, I can make a whole video about that itself. But throughout that time in the HR position, as well as being in the organization called Enactus, I'll have it right here. We did a lot of community different events and just being a part of the area and helping people with different projects is something that I feel like an MBA with a specialization in HR is somewhat of like a sales role because you connect with people, but it's to create an environment that's even better for the organization, whatever I'm a part of, or if I start my own in regards to an HR specific company, right? So yeah, that's my plan. Starting June, I'm going to do the accelerated, which is only 1 year. So I'll finish that in next April. So this channel will still be running. If it's not, tag this video and be like, hey, where you at? Right. So that's with college. After college, we went on a trip to Kansas City. Now, in Kansas City, what we did is we competed with other organizations in Enactus chapters with the projects like SOAR, which is helping autistic individuals get internships or train them to learn about some of the things that we kind of take for granted. So workplace etiquette, time management, time management, sustainability, budgeting, conflict resolution. And then we took them to different trips as well that are there posted. If you go to the Instagram account, which I'll link, now we can go check it out. Yeah, so we went there. We didn't advance, which kind of sucks. I mean, I'm very competitive. So when we didn't advance to the next round, yeah, I'll be honest with you, I was salty because I just don't like losing. You know what I mean? And my advisor, she's the best. She's like, don't be mad, you know, it happens, you know, stuff like that. And I basically, and it's not that I didn't want to be mad about it, but it's more like I had to get through it first. And I told her kind of straight up, I was just like, look, I wouldn't have cared this much if it didn't mean a lot to me. I was like, I didn't come all the way over here. We didn't practice all this time just for a second or to get voted out the first round. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you're not mad about losing, then you don't really care, especially if you don't think they're better than you. That's just kind of like my attitude, I guess you could say. So if that's toxic, that's toxic, but I'm just competitive that way. So from there, we enjoyed the rest of Kansas. Kansas is a very beautiful area. Kansas City, Missouri. I know Kansas City is also in Kansas. That town is split in two. We're on the Missouri side, on the southwest side a little bit. Beautiful area. The weather was amazing, about 70, 80 degrees. And then from there, we took off to Boston. It was chilly. It was like 60. And oh my gosh, I can't with that. Like I had to wear a jacket everywhere. People going out in shorts, running with no shirt on them. What are you guys doing? But hey, you adapt, I guess. But we went to Boston and it was like a cultural thing. So we looked at some of the museums. We also went to some F1 arcade and oh my gosh, I'm gonna make a whole nother video on that one. But I'm gonna put a photo because this place was cool, dude. I was just like, you have a bunch of sims, like simulations all over the place with the chairs and the actual steering wheel and all that. I was like, man, this thing is, I want to open one of these. So we went there on the night before we left. Yeah, we explored all over Boston, voice cracking and all. And back here, now I'm doing a teaching certificate. What I found out throughout my years in college is I like coaching, I like teaching, and I like mentoring. Those three things may go hand in hand. Sometimes they don't. I like coaching. So if I can be honest with you, pretty blunt about it, like you can with me, I'm gonna tell you, like this is the way I prefer for you to do this because I've seen the path prior. That's coaching. Mentoring is like more of a passive guidance. That's the way that I see it. So mentoring is like, which way? Like you kind of give them the options that you know would work, and then you let them figure out which way they want to go. Or you provide these options and there's a third option and they decide to go that way. And mentoring is kind of like slowly pushing them towards their path. Yeah, I guess you could say. Coaching, mentoring, and teaching. Teaching is telling, right? So telling, it's not as aggressive, I would say, as coaching. Because when I think of coaching, I think of basketball. And my coach in basketball a couple years ago, like 8-9 years ago, he was very stern in his ways. You do this and that's it, right? And it's understandable because, hey, he knows more basketball than we do. Now, we can learn more things or we can probably pick up different things. Teaching is, this is what I've done. This is what I think would work for you. I think it's a little bit in between, or that's basically what I want to get into, which is why I'm doing my teaching certificate, do public school for about 2 years. Throughout that time, that doesn't mean I'm going to be complacent with just the teacher salary. I mean, it's not bad at all. Don't get me wrong. Depending on where you're at, it could be as high as 65, depending on what certificates you get. If you're a SPED teacher, you get paid even more. If you have other qualifications, you have your ESL, but if you have the teaching certificate, I know IDEA doesn't need one, but you get paid more if you do. There's all these different certificates you can get. And then obviously over the years, your salary goes up as well. So you can start at 50, sometimes even start at 65, whatever the case is. I feel like this would be a good path because not only will I understand, say, how kids think or what they want to pursue, but I can relate to them a little bit more. Just because of the fact is I've already been in a teaching HR job, which the age range from 18 to like 50. I understand some of these kids are obviously below 18, but it's relatability that they want to interact with. And that's, I think, sometimes we get too far away from teaching. Just do this, and that's it. And we teach it. We, as teachers, probably think of it too much as, I just need to get out of here, just pass the day. These kids are annoying, blah, blah, blah. But it has to be more of, how can I relate to them? Yes, not all this stuff you're ever going to use, really. But it's to prepare your brain to start thinking outside the box or critically. I say that because I did some of the math sections. I don't remember any of these things. I remember some, the basics, but then I was looking at some other things and I was just, you could see, there's a cat. What you doing there? So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. So teaching, masters, and then a lecturer is another thing. So hopefully being a lecturer at the university, teaching HR principles. And I truly do hope that my time with these students in public teaching can translate even more to college. Because honestly, if you want to look at the basic core of it, we're all just kids that just got older. That's really the main point about it. Whether you're in college, whether you're working a job, whether you're actually in elementary, middle school, high school, we're all just kids that grew up or are growing up. It's all of our first times living. So if you want to take that as advice, go for it. But in the next couple of weeks, I'll be going over some more basic stuff. I know this is supposed to be a business consulting one, but I want to make this a little bit about everything. I want to talk about experiences like this, where I've been to, what types of things I picked up. Then you got your marketing aspects, your consulting aspects, your Q&As, if you want to do any of those. Just something that can stick with you. So if you like that type of stuff, I mean, honestly, comment down below. Let me know what you want to see. I'm going to do all this stuff outside for now due to the fact that inside is not the cleanest. Outside, you got the Harley, which my dad hasn't turned on in a while. You'll probably see that for the first couple of beginning videos, but Other than that, have a great day, and I will see you all some other time, but it's gonna be soon.